number 18 here at Midwest Van Builders is done. Carolyn has been here for a couple of days, learning the ins and outs while we finished it up. She's getting ready to hit the road, and we're going to give you guys a look.
Well, my name's Carolyn, and I started in van life. My first van was February of 2022. I wanted to get out on the road. I had originally started with my Prius. I camped in the back of my Prius. I learned a ton by going to the HOWA Homes on Wheels Alliance virtual caravans. I just learned all the do's and don'ts. What originally got me interested was a Bob Wells video, like so many people, and really caught the bug. And I've always loved being out in nature. I rode horseback as a kid and was out in nature every day, and I kind of missed that. So being in a van is a way to do that. This particular vehicle is a Ram Promaster 2022. I bought it used with about 5,000 miles on it. Had Jonnie build it out. So like so many other people, I've watched a gazillion YouTube videos on how designs and layouts work on YouTube. And so this is the final design. We'll just start up here from the galley. You'll notice down below there's a Wave 2 heater. It provides heat and air conditioning. What's nice about where my food and utensils and plates and dishes are they are pull-out drawers that I can take if I'm at a campsite and I want to take them out to a picnic table. I can just pull them right out and take them with me. And I've got a beautiful water heater. It holds 4 gallons of water, hot water, and it can get very hot. I turned it all the way up last night and had super hot water because I was kind of cold, and I have a non-insulated metal water bottle. So I filled it with that super hot water, and I put it down by my feet, and it's absolutely lovely. And my sink is 15 by 15, which is, I didn't want to waste a lot of space on the counter, but it's just big enough, I think. We have some lights that are under the countertop that are just fabulous. When I get up in the middle of the night and I can just click one on and click it back off. Where I'm sitting, there's an EcoFlow power station, and that's where all of the power goes in and out. The solar comes into here. I also can charge using a inverter that's hooked up to my alternator. On the roof, I've got 600 watts of solar. It's 3 200-watt panels, and they're contained in a Yanaka roof rack. So from the side, I think it just looks like a roof rack. You don't really even see the solar panels. Under here is my water tank. So I've got up to 28 gallons of water. I don't anticipate having to carry that much, but it's nice to have that capacity in case I want to go for a long period of time. Coming around the back, there's a lot of storage on this side underneath. Obviously my bed is here. This bed has the same kind of slats that are on this side, so it pulls out just far enough so that it supports my, this is a Camp Dreamer from REI mattress, and it's like just as comfortable as a bed at home. It's amazing. And it's 32 inches wide, so it's perfect. So I had wanted a really open space, a really open and airy feel, and I feel like Jonnie really captured that for this build. And then we have the overhead cabinets that have a lot of storage. And one thing I love, I got these really inexpensive bins at Walmart. They were 4 for $10. And as you'll see, they stack. One, I can get 2 of them inside with various things, whether it's, clothes or things in travel bags. And in some of my cabinets, I've got a backpack with all my shower gear, so I can just grab that and go in wherever I need to take a shower when I'm on the road. Then underneath here, I've got the refrigerator cabinet. So the lid actually comes all the way off if I want. And if I want, especially if I want to access it from the inside, I can just pull the lid all the way off. But I find most of the time, I am just using the, what is that called? Hinge. I'm using the hinge to open it up, slide it out, and it's super easy just to get food out. I don't have it with me yet, but I have an induction cook plate that I'm going to use, and it's not cast iron, but it's carbon steel pan So like to cook a couple of scrambled eggs in the morning, super easy. And it only takes 5 minutes. So it won't use too much power. You have to be conscious, on the road of how much power you're using. But the induction cook plate will allow me to cook as if I'm at home. I also have a little gas burner that I use when I'm at a campsite. So I don't like to cook inside with that. I prefer to take that out when I've got a picnic table and I can set that up and cook outside. A jet boil also is nice because sometimes you just want a cup of coffee. And I've got that in one of my drawers down below. One thing I love about my reading light is it highlights the picture that I've hung. So it feels like I have gallery lighting over my beautiful picture of Big Sur. And one of my favorite things about the build already is when I'm laying in bed, I can see out the window over the bed, and just to look out and see trees is just marvelous. And of course, it's been overcast. So only one night I saw a few stars through the skylight, but I know I'm going to see a million stars when I lay in bed and look up through that skylight. So I'm super excited about that. One other thing I've got to say about the build is the covers that Jonnie built for the fans. One is an intake and one is outflow. The outflow is by the Galley, so that if I'm cooking, it takes the air out, and then the other one brings air in, and there's a kill switch, so I can turn the flow of the air off when it's cold like it is right now. She made these amazing ones with screens, and then super easy to switch them out for just the solid wood. But you've got to see how beautiful they look. We were planning on just putting a circle of plastic, and fortunately it didn't fit because what we have here is so much more beautiful. And I just can't tell you how gorgeous that is. So another element of the build is under the bed, Jonnie put in enough room to put in my folding kayak. I've got a Tuck Tech folding kayak, and it fits right under the bed, and there's enough room for the oars as well. And she put a cabinet door on the end, so everything just slides right in.
All right, Carolyn, I cannot let you out of this interview without you telling everybody how you go to the bathroom.
Oh, great question. Yeah, so I have got a Trolino composting toilet, and Jonnie made a little cabinet for it. It's got a little door. Since it sits under where the bed is, I've got a little door. I slide it out at night, and I can slide it back in. And actually, if I don't need it at night, I can just use a little pee jar. And, when you're at a rest stop, you can just take care of that and rinse it out with a little vinegar, and you're ready to go.
And you've got the coolest little bag to do that, too.
I do. I have a Nature Conservancy bag.
Yeah. All right, so you've been planning this for months.
Yeah.
Now it's time to hit the road.
Yeah.
Besides driving home, what are you most excited for?
So a couple things. One is since I've hit the road, just in general, I have visited some family members that I haven't seen in so long. I visited cousins, one cousin that I hadn't seen in 20 years, and another cousin I had never met. And so making those family connections and seeing friends that I haven't seen in forever, and you don't feel like you're imposing on them because you can just live in your own space. So that's amazing. So that's number one. And number two is I absolutely love being out in nature. So, pulling into a campground, I have camped across, I've lost track of how many states, 15 or 20 states. And so, you have these memories of pulling into a space in Colorado or in near Yosemite, and then 6:30 in the morning I'm driving into Yosemite or whatever. So it's not just the national parks. All the national forests are so amazing. Camping in quartzsite with friends, with the nomad community, I've gotten to know so many amazing people. So there's just so much. Oh, and I gotta tell you, that reminds me that the name of this van, I've translated it into Hawaiian because I'm studying Hawaiian language. So that's Ulia Maikai, but it means serendipity. And so the name of this van is Serendipity because there are so many unexpected, happy things that happen when you are on the road. You meet people that you would never have met otherwise, and it just brings so much joy because, you know, I might live 20 years next to some of my neighbors and never meet them, but you meet so many great people on the road. And so that's one thing that just really brings me a lot of joy about van life.
Are you nervous or scared about anything?
I really am not. I've got such good support, and because I feel like I'm really well connected in the nomad community, I have found that people help each other so much. There was a time when my battery went dead and I was 5 miles from the main road, and I knew my tow company was not going to come help me, but you know, some nomads helped me and I was on my way and they helped me out. So I know I've got support out there. And you know, and if you break down, you've got your kitchen, you've got your porta potty. You can go a couple days and figure it out. So it's all good.
Well, Carolyn, thank you so much for choosing me, choosing Midwest Van Builders to make this dream come to life.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad I did. Yeah, thank you, Jonnie.